Yo, what's going on? Guitar Man Max here, coming at you with a grocery store parking lot banger. So you can see behind me, it's raining outside. Hoping this switches to snow soon. It's kind of like stalling out like this. I want it to start goddamn snowing so I don't have to go to classes on a Monday. But let's just get right into this. This is my list. Maybe there will be a part 2, I don't know. But my list of one-off metal bands. So just bands that released one album and dipped for whatever reason. Kind of sad to see that happen sometimes, but you know, they put in what they wanted to, did their work, and then dipped, yeah. So first band here is going to be Ripping Corpse. Eric Rutan was in this band. That motherfuckers did like everything. He did Ripping Corpse, Morbid Angel, Hate Eternal, Cannibal Corpse. There's not really a whole lot more you could do in a musical career. Yeah, he's been everywhere. Just really good, solid ass thrash death. They kind of were one of the first bands to do that kind of slam style. Maybe not exactly in the modern way, but you know, a lot of the bands from like New Jersey, New York, I'm sure they heard that, and that's kind of where they got a lot of those ideas. Definitely a lot of slammy riffs on that album, on Dreaming with the Dead. But we're gonna go to our next band in here. That's gonna be Kvist. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Melodic black metal from, I think they're from Norway. Yeah, I mean, if you like Dissection or Immortal, there's no reason not to check out these guys. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the album name. They only have one, so if you look up Kvist, you're gonna fucking find it. Yeah, it's just really solid. I mean, it's not kind of a hard album to describe, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of melody, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's over the top, and it's like melodicness as something like Dissection, but it does have some of those kinds of melodies, but it does have a lot of those really sharp, dissonant riffs, like, for lack of a better description. And yeah, the vocals are really good too. Just the production on that album is really solid. It's not as spacey as some other like black metal, but it still builds the right atmosphere. So that shit is hella underrated. One of the best melodic black metal albums. Go check it out. And now we come to an honorable mention. And this honorable mention is going to go to Timeghoul, because they're goated. What else can I say? Don't technically have an album. That's why it's an honorable mention, because their main release is like a compilation of 2 demos. Got what's the other one? There's Panoramic Twilight, and I'm blanking on the name of the other one. Tumultuous Travelings, that's it. I honestly don't even remember if on vinyl or CD they sell the demos separately. Like, at least the CD I have of it, that's just a compilation of their whole discography. Great death metal. Even though it's a demo, the tone on it is just so deep and just kind of cavernous, kind of just like cosmic. They have some like Dungeons and Dragons kind of inspiration in their stuff. Loud ass snare. Everybody likes loud snares that's into metal, I'm sure. If you don't, that's a little bit weird. One of the guys from them has a new band. I'm trying to think of the name. What is that shit called? You know, I'm gonna just edit that on top of the screen unless I think of it in the next like 10 seconds. That's pretty solid too. They have a cover of one of Timeghoul's songs. I think it's a cover of Infinity Coda. Or is it... Wait. Now I don't remember. It was a cover of one of their songs. So, yeah, go check that out. But yeah, even though Timeghoul's from the middle of nowhere, they were from like some random city in Missouri. I think, at least from what I found, they kind of just seemed to gained like an underground cult following kind of recently. But that was, demos are from like 92 and 94, I think. So, yeah. Oh, the other guy's band, that was called Grevlar. So that's active, I think. And as I said, they have a cover of one of Timeghoul's songs. Next up, another pretty big one, Regurgitation. Obviously their album Tales of Necrophilia. Interesting album cover. Fucking zombie is slinging some dick, I guess. That's basically what's on the album cover. Yeah, that's just like it's kind of like Cannibal Corpse, but more raw. That's just kind of the feeling I get from it. Kind of a similar soloing style too. I'm a sucker for guitar solos. I mean, my favorite bands are usually the ones that incorporate a lot of solos. Bonus points if they're unique. Yeah, Regurgitation. They also have an EP. So that was from like, I don't know, 2011 or something. So it's not technically like their only official release is just the album, but that's the only full length they have out. So yeah, good brutal death. Next, Demilich out of Finland. Yeah, I love this band. I haven't listened in a little bit, to be honest, but if you just want the amount of like cavernous and like that crypt atmosphere from something like Incantation or something, but you just want the like weirdest fucking vocals, this is the band for you. I mean, bands from Finland tend to be different and weird for whatever reason. In my opinion, in a good way. Demilich is fire. Got the weirdest song names, like When the Sun Drank the Weight of Water. What the fuck does that mean? I don't care. It's awesome. Yeah. What's the name of the album again? Oh yeah, Nespith, however you say that. Yeah. Very, very froggy vocals. I'm not going to try to replicate that because I'm not going to be good at it. But yeah, Auntie Bowman's vocals, or however you pronounce that, are very cool. That snowplow almost hit my car. I would have been pissed off. Okay. Next, we got Infester. Brutal death or cavernous death. Cavernous death, I wouldn't even say it's a real genre. It's just a way to describe it. I mean, that's kind of how the entire culture around subgenres is in metal. It's just kind of fucking buzzwords and stuff trying to act as a suggestion, kind of. But whatever kind of death metal you want to call them, they're definitely a brutal band, so I'm just going to call them brutal death metal from Seattle. This shit is deranged. So, I mean, if you just like the most, like, disturbing and, like, gross sounding stuff, like, if you took, like, I guess kind of if you took kind of what makes, like, Mental Funeral by Autopsy sound disgusting and amplified that to be more disturbing, you get Infester. The production's definitely like thicker with Infester. Like, not a lot sounds like the production of Mental Funeral. That non-bassy, very percussive. Like, it's not the same type of production as that, but in terms of what it evokes, it's similar. But yeah, Infester's just like disturbing and like just like grimy. It makes you feel like you're like walking around in a sewer and then just like start getting like chased by Satan, and then he catches you and does unspeakable things. That's kind of what it feels like. Anyway, next up, another big one, Carnage. I mean, this shit is basically Dismember, so like, yeah, it's one album, but very closely related to Dismember. But yeah, I mean, Dark Recollections is a great album. Very, I really like the way it's produced. You know, they got like some demos too. Those are definitely more raw and kind of grindy sounding. Yeah, Dark Recollections is a banger. If you like any Swedish death, you're gonna like this. It's the same shit. But if you're anything like me, you don't get tired of it. So if you've never listened to Carnage, there's no reason not to. Go hit them up on whatever you listen on or buy their record. Next, we got Darklord. This is another weird one. I think they're from Australia. They somehow combined symphonic black metal with brutal death metal. Don't even ask me how they do. Like, what? I don't know where they got the idea, but it's good. I haven't listened to it a lot, but I found it and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's the weirdest combination I've ever heard, but it somehow works, in my opinion. I do have to do some more listening to that, but at least from what I can remember, like, the black metal parts are like, if you like fucking limbionic art or like Dimmu Borgir, I think it's just kind of like that, at least in the black metal parts. Again, don't completely quote me on that because I haven't listened to them in a while, only like once or twice, but I had to include them on here because I think it's just one album. Yeah, very strange stuff, but it's cool. Next, we got Revenant. So like, I think like Paul Ledney and like John McEntee were in this band. So like, Profanatica Incantation. I think there's another person whose name is slipping my mind right now, but another significant figure within American extreme metal, whatever. Yeah, Revenant is cool. I haven't listened to this one a ton either, but yeah, their one album, Prophecies of a Dying World, is really solid shit. I think it's like death thrash-ish, more on the death metal side. I think I was watching an interview with John McEntee, and he was kind of mentioning how like being in that band kind of like exposed him to, or like matured his writing in a way. So then he went on to do Incantation, because I think that was after, because I think when he was in Revenant, that was like the 80s. But yeah, he's a cool guy. I've met him a couple times at shows. Chill as fuck. He has a good band. What more can you ask for? Yeah. So now we're going on to our last one for this video. This is going to be Disembowlement with Transcendence into the Periphery, another Australian band. And these Aussies can cook with their music. Very death doom, maybe getting into funeral doom territory, really deep, like kind of deranged, not in the same deranged way as Infester though, because where Infester is like disgusting and psychotic, I feel like Disembowelment's more just like psychotic, I guess. Like if you had to describe what the atmosphere evokes in you, I guess you could say. Really crushing and heavy. There's some faster, there's some slower parts, a little bit of everything, fucking a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Really good shit where that comes from. It's a good album. Another one I do have to listen to more. I think I got the vinyl, but now I don't remember, because I swear I ordered it. But now when I think back, this happens a lot of times with me with vinyls and CDs. Like, if I get something that's like recent, I'll like forget about it sometimes. I don't know. That's a different tangent. But that's gonna conclude it for the list for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. You gotta like, you gotta subscribe, smash the notification bell, whatever, bro. But yeah, those are just some really solid bands that unfortunately didn't last as long as they maybe could have, but nevertheless dropped fucking bangers. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be more consistent and just get like more video ideas. Shit, I kind of want to start doing tier lists too. Tier lists are fun. Maybe iceberg charts. There's probably people that know a lot more about this stuff than I do that would be better with iceberg charts. But whatever, I'm gonna like just find what I want to do with this channel. I'm gonna post more guitar covers too. I'm gonna review some more pedals and gear and stuff like that. So just stay tuned. Again, I've been the Guitar Man or Guitar Man Max. Yeah, out of here.